Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Odd People Podcast. I'm your host, Matt the Cat. To me, to the right.
I'm Jared the Jared.
All right, and on today's episode, we have a very special guest, none other than Karate Kevin, 67. Famous Kevin V.
Yes.
More famous than Ryan V.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We'll let you guys duke it out. We'll just cause the mix-up and throw it at you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I am super pumped to be here.
Awesome, man.
And I'm a huge fan of the podcast.
Wow, thank you, man.
You're the first huge fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
We just have normal caliber fans.
Yeah.
You're the huge.
Yeah, we got 20-something people out there.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about yourself.
All right.
Go for it. Do it.
My name is Kevin, if you didn't figure that out yet. I am 33 years old. I've been doing karate, martial arts, Shotokan Karate for almost 20 years.
I'll never mess with Kevin, ever.
Don't you do it.
Kick my ass.
Don't you do it.
He's the one guy I won't mess with. Everybody else, go fuck yourself. But not this guy right here.
So October will make 20 years. I'm a huge comic book nerd. I'm a video guy.
He's a Godzilla guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just...
Yeah. You and my son had a cool conversation about Godzilla.
Dude, your kid is so cool.
That's great to hear.
You don't find that anymore, right?
No,
man.
You
don't. You really don't.
Yeah, he dives deep into, all sorts of stuff.
All you hear now is Blippy and
all sorts of weird shit.
What's the blue dog there? Oh, Bluey?
Yeah, and he's a little...
Most uncreative shit. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that the new age Clifford?
I guess. No one beats Clifford, dude. Nobody. All right?
Yeah,
if you don't know Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I think it's like the new Caillou. You remember Caillou? The most annoying fucking kid on earth.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't know. It's kind of beyond his age. And he's my youngest, so I don't know.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a cool kid.
I didn't know he had all those Godzilla
He just turned 10 yesterday.
Wow. Happy
Nice.
birthday, Simon.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want...
Yeah, it's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's okay for those 23 people to know my kid's name.
There you go.
It's all right. I don't know. We have Kevin on this episode. We might get blown up.
That's it, man.
We might blow up.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to kick this off,
more
right?
than 20 people.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to kick this off with some Street Fighter. All right?
All right.
I was playing Street Fighter first, correct?
Sure.
A big Mortal Kombat guy.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat guy.
Yeah.
All right, so I dove into Street Fighter, and then Street Fighter 6 came out, and he decided to jump on board, right?
Yeah.
And we were neck and neck for a while. We were giving each other some good fights, and then this kid just takes off, dude. Completely takes off. He's in the top 3 at Button Club a lot of the times. He's kicking ass. He's taking names.
Sweet.
Except Ricky Ice Beam.
I feel like this is going to be a very heavy Button Club.
No.
Over my head conversation. I should just leave.
That's all I want to say.
No.
All right, we were neck and neck.
Okay.
I was feeling pretty good, and then he was just gone, man. He just took off.
I wasn't, a big Street Fighter player, number one. And then I'm also learning on this new controller.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but we play on hit pads. Okay.
So that's
hit boxes.
for people that haven't seen a hit pad or know, that's like an arcade style, like
Yes. Absolutely.
the buttons and the joystick.
I like the sound effects. Nice onomatopoeia.
It is satisfying.
That's the joystick.
It's very satisfying. So there's 2, right? So you got the joystick,
Yep.
or you have all buttons, like a keyboard.
Yeah, that's why I
Oh,
play.
wow.
That's what he's
Oh,
got.
alright.
He's just like a receptionist on Street Fighter.
Stenographer.
Yeah.
Who do you play in Street Fighter?
I play Ryu. I play
Classic.
Ken.
He's a classic guy.
And I'm also getting into Akuma now.
Kuma,
Nice.
man, he's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
He's a demon.
And Bison comes out in a few days.
Oh, yeah?
We talked about Bison last
Yeah, we
week.
talked about Bison. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
What type of karate do you do? Because I know there's a few different types.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, so I do Shotokan Karate.
Oh, okay.
So is that like a lot of like energy, like mental focus? I've seen a lot of your stuff, obviously.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of your videos, and it's all like the the motions and the all that stuff is really important, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As far as like tournament wise stuff, or like, did you ever do any of that stuff? Like,
yeah, I used to do a lot of tournament stuff when I was younger. I used to do fairly well. I was 4-time grand champion at Voctec.
Dang, son.
I was the first as a novice, as a yellow belt, to beat higher ranks and win grand champion. So yeah.
Wow.
Let's see.
But that's in the past. That doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, I used to compete a lot when I was in my 20s, and I used to put in more time in training then. I used to put like at least 24 hours a week into training.
Wow, man.
That's kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I was going to ask, are you still at it? Or?
Yeah, no, I still train. I don't compete anymore. What really got me to stop competing was just the politics in it. And
of course, yeah.
So like I would go compete against a lot of the judges' students. So of course, who's going to win, right? Mm-hmm. And so I remember my last competition. It's kind of a funny story, honestly.
Are they coaching them as they're judging them?
Yeah, and of course I'm hitting them, and they're not calling my shots because they don't want. So
dirty,
my last competition, was this is kind of a funny story. I was fighting somebody, and all of the judges was this their student, and they weren't calling my shots, and of course I was just getting frustrated because I'm making it as clear as day that I'm hitting your student,
yeah,
and so I knocked him out.
Just straight up.
I just straight up knocked him out, and I got DQ'd. I was like, yeah, so take that.
So are you not supposed to knock somebody out in a karate competition?
No, you're supposed to.
Frowned upon?
You're supposed to
submit
kinda,
them, right?
No. You're just supposed to make contact, and you're not. No, I did
just turned into a street fight.
Back roundhouse kick to the guy's head, and
God,
fell down. And I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Not very karate thing to do, but I was angry.
But that's a karate Kevin thing to do, all right? And you take that to the bank.
Well, the judge wasn't doing a very karate thing.
No, they weren't doing their job.
Yeah,
so
they weren't being fair to you. So.
I was like, if you don't see my hits, I'm going to make you see it.
Yeah. Take this one.
That's awesome. Amazing.
That's great.
So the tattoos on your arm, real quick.
Yep.
What's the round one there? What does that have any significance? Oh,
that's the Death Star.
It's actually it's called a Tamori, and it's pretty much the Japanese version of yin yang. So it just means mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, cool.
And then I actually do have karate tattooed on me.
Oh, that means karate?
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's
really cool.
But yeah, it's therapeutic. I love punching things.
Yep. You have one of those guys there that I want to get. So
yeah,
bad.
Bob. Yeah, I have a Bob.
Dude, I need one of those to just fuck up every day.
Absolutely.
Every day, man.
It feels so good. I was training the other day, and it's been super hot these last couple.
Yeah.
I left my.
I'm sweating right now.
I go train at my parents' house because they have the big basement. All my stuff is there.
Yep.
And I just left the other day just dripping, just melting. I'm like, God, man.
Yep.
Yeah. It's rough. It's been rough.
Yeah, I was gonna cancel therapy. Get one of them guys.
You should.
I'm good, man.
I can't tell you how good it feels to just hit something. Okay. I'm not saying like I'm an angry person. It just feels good. It just feels good to just wail on something.
That's it, man.
And then sometimes like I don't have anybody to train with anymore. So like when I used to have,
you beat them all up. You knocked them all out.
It used to be great, man. Having someone to hit you like if we're sparring, sometimes it'd be like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go hit somebody today. Like I'm actually gonna you're gonna hit me.
Kevin's getting kinky on us real quick. Huh?
I would get hit a couple of times, like, ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Keep going. That's awesome.
So have you tried any other martial arts or anything?
No. So I did do. So in karate, there's also a form of kabuto, which is the martial art of weapons, and so that is in that training as well. And so I kind of wanted to get better in that area because we did a lot of the forms, or what we call as kata.
Okay.
And so that's all we ever really focused on in the weapons, so I wanted more of that. So I just pretty much went to another school to focus on Kobudo, and so I could get better with the weapons, actually learning basics, and I learned a whole lot of other aspects of the weapons and such, which is what I wanted. But I never got any belts in that. I just wanted to.
Yeah, you just wanted to train in it.
Yeah.
Right. And so they did a lot of things differently. So like stances in karate are very, very low to get, good exercise for the legs and such, and so their stances were very high and their stances were different. So kind of going almost like to Street Fighter a little bit. I'm not good with doing a lot of diverse things of the same category, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was messing up my Shotokan Karate, and so I kind of stopped it a little bit. Like, all right, I learned enough what I wanted to learn and get from this, so now I'm going to,
Yeah, you had a taste of it?
Yeah. Right. So now I brought it over to my style, so.
Yeah. So you're very much like a master one thing type of person. Instead of like mediocre at a lot of things, you'd rather master one thing.
Yeah, that's how I am. Mediocre at everything.
Me too. I kind of take that approach with things too. It's like I want to learn so much, but it also kind of takes you back from really learning something to a point where you're just a master.
Yeah, I'm a hobby kind of person. I'll do a hobby for a couple of years or whatever, or if I really hate it, or, a summer or something like that, and then I will, so I have
see what happens.
Spent a lot of money on a lot of stupid shit.
Me too,
I did jiu-jitsu. I did Brazilian jiu-jitsu for
that's great.
Almost 2 years. It was a blue belt
That's fantastic.
And then I was having complications with my heart, so I had to leave that because I couldn't handle even the warm-up. So it was rough, but have you ever done any jiu-jitsu?
So we also used to learn some jiu-jitsu, not Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but jiu-jitsu from Japan, and we used to work with arm bars, throws.
Yeah, so I was going to say that's a lot of throwing and a lot of from your feet.
Yeah. So in traditional karate back in the day, when it was really in its infancy in the 50s, when it was getting a little more popular, there wasn't all those jiu-jitsu techniques into it. So it's martial arts has evolved a lot over the time. So and we have to kind of revolutionize ourselves, and so we have to put the throws and the locks into it too, because if you were to get a traditional karate guy back on the ground, you'd be kind of screwed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Do you mind me asking what belt are you?
I am a 4th degree black belt.
4th degree. So there's black belt. You start with the black belt.
Yep.
Most people, when they get there, they drop off, or
so
they feel like, okay, cool, I'm equipped, I'm ready to go, I could kill if I want to.
I don't know about kill.
Sorry.
But a lot there's that statistic that people get their black belt and they pretty much, okay, I'm good now. And so honestly, again, it's just try to kind of get you to think about it in a different aspect. When you get your black belt, it's almost like in Street Fighter when you get your master rank. The journey has just only begun.
Yeah, you just got there with the big dogs.
Right.
And now you got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
So what does a degree take? Like is it a whole new training session to get the next degree?
Yeah. So I stopped at 4th degree black belt because, number one, I'm not in a school anymore. Number two, the only way I would continue to get more degrees of a black belt is not learning any new material. It's just continuing to train and keep doing what I'm doing. So that's why I've never really gone back to get another degree into a black belt. I think it's kind of pointless also too.
So it goes by time. At a certain point you just have to continue training.
Right. So like I said, there's not new material. I know everything that is within the style already, but I do continue train. So
okay, cool. Is there an end goal? Is there an end to the black belt?
Yeah.
No more degrees?
So the highest you can get is 10th degree black belt, but you only can get it if you're originally Japanese.
Oh,
really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
For
real, yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So everybody knows how much of an ass he is.
Who is he? I've heard the name.
What? I know. I'm sorry. I always forget you're not cultured.
So not cultured in
I know
American
the name.
karate movies,
And I can almost picture him in my head, I think.
So let me
Black
look it up for
ponytail?
you.
Yes, you got it. Nailed
Ponytail,
it.
Kind of
terrible glasses.
Yes.
not in the best of shape.
Well, not now. Yeah.
Not now. Oh, okay. He was
So-
at one point.
So I've seen him multiple times in the last couple of years doing these almost like, it's almost a joke. And he's like,
It's Aikido.
somebody will go to him and he'll go,
Yes.
and they go flying. But this is like
Whoa.
a seminar or whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, so like that fake stuff that you see.
So he's legitimately a joke, right? Like it's not, I mean, I know to a certain extent he does know
Yeah.
Can
karate.
he kick your ass?
Oh, well, I don't know.
That's what we really want to know.
I'm just kidding, I'm
That's
just
why we
kidding.
brought you on today's
I'm
show.
just kidding.
Can you beat Steven Seagal's
Yes.
ass?
All right, so I do have a surprise. Steven, time to come out.
Come through the door, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah. Kevin will fuck him up.
I'm
I
going
know.
to turn this camera around now, and I'll take the mat out.
So he's known for the martial art Aikido, which is a traditional Japanese martial art. And so there is a lot of bullshittery. Can I? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
Okay.
can swear all you
Of course.
There's some bullshittery with Aikido. A lot of people think it's fake, and I wouldn't say it's not useful, because I think every martial art has some usefulness to it. And so like a lot of people just see them doing these flips, and they'll see the partner doing all the flips and being thrown and such. But at some point, if you do some of the wrist locks to the people and you see the person who's getting flipped, they actually have to flip themselves, and that's why it looks
in
fake.
order to.
Yeah.
So it does make the person who's performing the technique look good, but if they don't flip the way that they are, they're going to break their wrist.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
why.
right.
So
you have to
that's
flip,
why it
or else.
looks
you
so
do
ridiculous.
have to flip, unless it's going to cost you your appendage.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
To follow that up, is Chuck Norris real?
Chuck Norris is definitely real.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is.
He is what people say he is.
I mean, there's a joke to it, of course, but no, I
Yeah.
think Chuck Norris is really legit, man. I
Yeah?
just literally watched a video. I think he's 83, 82
Is he really
now.
that
He's,
old?
in, he's
Wow.
in his 80s,
Yeah.
and the dude was still training.
So I think the thing that's funny about Chuck Norris is that he's the real deal as far as martial arts goes. But he did like Walker, Texas Ranger, and it's just like the cheesiest TV
Yeah.
show.
Well, I think that's why I mix it up.
I think his acting is just kind of cheesy, and he tried to be more of an actor than
he tried to be like a
probably
Bruce
had the
Lee.
ability for.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't think he's like this amazing actor.
He wanted
I mean-
to,
But he was
wanted
able.
to be there with
he
like.
was able to pull it all together, and he made a
Yeah.
career out of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, the best part he had was
Joke's
when
on
he
me.
fought Bruce Lee. The dude said almost little to nothing. So, I mean, he was just martial arts performance, and that was the best performance of his life.
Yeah.
hairy chest and all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he rips
Yeah,
his
yeah.
chest hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he blows
I
it.
remember that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Oh shit,
Fantastic. That's my favorite Bruce Lee movie.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, let's jump into comics.
Yeah, let's do it.
Superheroes.
Superheroes.
I'm guessing your favorite one's Spider-Man.
He's one of the favorites. Yeah.
One of the favorites.
It's like your favorite color. I can't pick one. It depends on the day.
It's just whatever you wake
You know
up
what I
with
mean?
that day.
It's or like a parent with kids. You can't have a favorite.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like them all for different reasons. You know what I mean?
So heroes or villains?
I gotta go with heroes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do love a good anti-hero. I mean, I do believe in if you're messing up too much and you're not getting the hint, like I'm sorry, I gotta
gonna
take
go
you
evil
out.
on you.
You know what I mean?
All
that
right.
Batman should have killed Joker a long time ago. Okay, Batman, what are you doing?
Because you're also a big Venom guy.
Yeah, I
Correct?
mean, yeah, I love Venom.
Carnage.
I have him tattooed on my leg.
Oh, you do.
Nice.
It's a sick one too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
So-
I love that one.
No,
Cool.
Venom's cool. It's just something about that black suit. I mean, so got the shirt
Yeah.
on today.
Yeah,
right?
hell yeah.
The symbiote suit,
Yep.
which I call symbiote sexiness. That's my hashtag.
Nice.
That's what we should have put on the board.
Aw.
I'm just kidding.
But I've always been a sucker for the black suit. I always felt
Yeah.
like that should have been Spider-Man's like original suit.
I
and-
think so too.
But
Yeah, it is a little more badass.
It is
I agree.
badass, and anything with big mean eyes and sharp scary teeth, I'm a sucker for. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who is your favorite superhero? Did we ever talk about it?
So it's funny. It's kind of an anti-hero. It would be the Punisher.
Oh
He's not-
man, I
He's
screwed
not
up.
exactly super,
Oh.
but he's just a badass.
Yeah,
And,
he just takes care of business, no matter what that business is.
and the biggest problem with him now is all the people that have the stickers,
Yeah, I know.
and it's like they get the blue line on them, and I'm
God.
like, you
Yeah.
don't
Cut that
know
shit out.
anything, do you?
Well, so kind of a side note. I can't tell you how many times I will wear a Punisher shirt. I'll wear it to the gym or something, and people
Yeah.
just like kind of look at me like cockeyed, and it's like like I'm not for who
Yeah,
you think.
whatever
that,
you
like,
think this is,
I am
it's
a
not
comic
bad.
book fucking nerd. Okay, like I like the Punisher. Okay,
Yeah.
You have to get the old school, very crisp, clean.
it's both of them, dude.
You know?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, this guy doesn't like the White House.
Yeah. I mean, I fucked up,
stormed
man.
the
I didn't
Capitol.
wear a superhero shirt today. I
Yeah,
fucked
Do you
up.
have one?
You screwed up, man.
I got one.
Well,
And
you,
it's
then
the,
you,
it's
you did
the-
screw up.
It's the punk Spider-Man with the mohawk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
my favorite.
Cool.
It's got his logo on the back, all graffiti style. Super sick shirt.
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes to punk, I mean, I
Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
See, so that's cool that you said the Punisher, okay? Because
Yeah.
like, I busted out the vault for the show. Well, a little bit of the vault.
Oh,
today,
we're gonna
okay?
get some
Taste.
sneak
We're getting a
peeks.
small taste.
And so I had a book in hand. I had two of them in hand, and I was trying to pick which one to bring. And one of them was the first appearance of the Punisher, and I put it back.
Ooh.
because it was too
Dang.
valuable and you didn't want to.
Well, I have more valuable books in here. We got
Really?
about like $5 to $7 grand in this bag.
Oh
Wow, really? Holy cow.
So I can ask you then. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be disrespectful, but what's your most valuable comic?
I think I have it with me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I'll bust them out.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Take-
let's go
take a
through-
few
let's
out.
do it. Yeah,
So
Yeah, whip it out.
we'll do
put it on the table. Let them see it.
we'll do the raw dogs first. We'll do the raw books first.
Whip it out. Let's
Yeah.
raw dog it.
Not a lot of people are a huge fan of Swamp Thing. I happen
Okay.
to be a fan of Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is he a villain or a hero?
he's a hero.
Oh, he is a
he's-
hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a hero.
I don't know a whole lot about him.
No, so like that's the thing. Okay,
Most people don't.
No, not a lot of people do.
Mm.
And so like when I used to be into comic books, Swamp Thing is DC by the way.
Used to be.
Well,
When you started to be.
when I started
Right,
to be, it was just thank you. Like it was like for DC, it was just Batman or nothing. I don't care about anybody else. Green Lantern, he looks stupid, man. Flash, Plastic Man, I can't get
No
over.
Flash? No?
No, I can't do anything if it's Batman or now Swamp Thing. So anywho,
So wait, before you do that,
yeah.
Marvel or DC?
I gotta go with Marvel. I like
Yeah.
more characters from the
Yeah,
Marvel.
all right,
than,
all right.
There's only two
think
for
everybody
DC.
does.
All right,
Yeah.
I had to throw that at you
Yeah.
at least once.
No,
All
that's
right,
fine.
Go ahead.
So I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan, and like Swamp Thing to me, I've been into Swamp Thing for about 5 years now. He's very, very new to me, and he's become an instant favorite of mine because if you read Swamp Thing, it's very deep. It's not just your ordinary Spider-Man's got to go save MJ again, and
Yeah.
the stories are fantastic. So what I brought today, one of the books I brought today is Saga of the Swamp Thing number 21.
Number 21.
And
it's signed.
it's also signed. I'm a huge fan of signed comic books. I love signed comic books. So I actually had the artist of this book on my YouTube channel for an interview, and we became
sick.
friends since then. And so he signed the book and had all of the other people who had something to do with the book sign it as well, and gave it to me. And
he was like, finally someone who likes Swamp Thing.
Yeah. And so the reason why I love that book so much and why that book is so important, what we call a key issue,
I'm nervous to be holding this.
No, you're cool, man. Just don't bend it. It's a comic book, not your dick. So what makes that comic book key is that Swamp Thing finds out that he was actually not a human. So he's actually just a plant thing that has the memories of the person who died. I could get more into it. I don't want to bore people, but that's the gist of it. Yeah,
it's really interesting. Though.
So he was like never like a human that got infected or like.
And for years we thought that he was a man turned into a plant monster, and it's not that at all.
He just started from the plants.
Yeah, started as a plant monster with the memories
cents.
Of a dead man.
Right. That's it. It could be yours for 75 cents.
Yeah, right. Wow.
So what year is that? Do you know?
I
Off the
believe
top of your head?
It's 84.
84. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like this guy. And then no, I'm touching it and I'm like, oh God.
Once you hold it, you're like, oh no, please give it back.
I feel like it's made of crystal glass that's like as thin as an eggshell. You're
that's
like,
right.
oh God.
So yeah, that's one of my favorite books. And one of my favorite characters, Swamp Thing. Very cool. I mean,
very nice.
Honestly, Jared, both of you, if you want to read Swamp Thing, read the Alan Moore run. I can't suggest it enough.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have Swamp Thing in that box.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, no, it's.
I didn't expect to talk about Swamp Thing today.
No, so
I'm very shocked.
I love the story
awesome.
so much.
I love it.
That I read the Alan Moore run who wrote it annually.
So there's different writers for it.
Yeah, of course.
They don't
have
the same effect.
No. It's deep, man.
It's that specifically.
There's so not in this issue. there's an issue where he falls in love with a woman, and they love each other, but of course, a human and a plant monster can't.
Yeah, he ain't got no pee-pee, man.
But they find a creative way to make it happen. I mean, it's not what you think it is, but it's fucking poetic. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful comics ever.
I love it.
I love it too, man.
That's
so
great.
I had to bring this one because I know your son is a huge Godzilla fan. So when I was a kid, again, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. When I was a kid, I was absolutely mesmerized by picking up Godzilla comic books in the store and just seeing from movie to page, pretty much like how so I didn't know. At a young age, I knew that an artist was drawing comic books. I didn't know how I knew, but I did know. And I was just kind of mesmerized by how the artist was able to capture, Godzilla through illustration from the movies. So that there is signed by the cover artist, Bob Eggleton, who also lives in Massachusetts. I got to see him at a show.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Probably up in Boston, huh?
I can't remember. It's not Boston. It's west of Mass.
Horror of the High Seas.
Yeah. The Spanish Armada.
Who's the Spanish Armada?
It's just...
Is that the Moth?
No. It's just the ship in the story. Oh. The Moth is Mothra.
Oh, yes, the Moth. Spanish Armada.
I think I'm a King Kong guy, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're crazy.
Well, it's funny. I don't know if you noticed when my son was showing you his, and he's like, and there's King Kong.
Yeah.
He's
Nobody
like,
cares.
He's like, I don't really like him.
Why is there so much hate for King Kong, man?
I don't know.
Just because he's a monkey and not a cool like water lizard thing?
Yeah, I mean, he's got no superpowers, dude. He just, bangs on his chest and calls it a day.
Yeah, his story is he's a big gorilla on an island. That's it. And then people showed up and they were like, why?
And then he just eats him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the native people were all terrified of him for good reason because he's a giant fucking monkey.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Rampage?
Yes.
Yeah. You always pick the Godzilla looking guy, the dinosaur guy?
Hell yeah.
See, I always pick the King Kong looking guy.
Oh,
See?
so
I always pick
Primal Rage. You're thinking of Primal Rage, right?
I always pick
the one where
the
you got to punch out all the windows and then the building comes down.
Oh, maybe not.
I always
like a
pick
side scroller.
I pick the wolf thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the wolf. You can pick the wolf, the monkey, the lizard.
Oh, yeah. You
can pick up the people and eat them.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I got
Very nice.
I got confused for
Primal Rage. That sounds familiar. That was a
What's
that was a
Primal
fighting
Rage?
game. Yeah.
For
I had
like-
that on Sega.
Oh, hell
back in
yeah.
the day.
Hell yeah. I'm trying not to touch the mic here. Okay.
You're a
It's
gem.
all right. You're doing great so far.
Here, so I'll do a twofer here because it's done by the same artist. So again, love Batman, love me some Batman. There's a artist that I used to really like. He's unfortunately passed away. I got some books of his signed. So this is Batman number 251. It's a classic Joker cover.
All right.
So signed by Neil Adams, and then I have this Batman 227, which is also signed and drawn on by.
I like that
Neil
cover.
Adams.
That's
so
a sick
It's
cover.
kind of hard to see on camera,
pretty
but
cool.
there's a Batman right there. So
Is that like a ghost of Batman? Is that what that is?
yeah, he's just kind of like being creepy and Dracula like over the manor.
Now, you gave me my very first graded comic.
Yes,
Um,
Detective Comics number
Detective
880.
Comics, yes. And I cherish that thing like gold, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that thing.
I still haven't upgraded that thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I still haven't done it. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
but that's a cool book. That's
Yeah, I'll have that thing forever. Just because the cover art alone, I love it.
yeah.
But I'll actually have to read the comic because I can't open it. So
Yeah, no. And you know what makes that comic book so damn expensive is
What's that?
just the cover.
just the cover,
Just
right?
the cover.
art.
Just like the
cover
Batman
art's
one
wild.
you're both of those Batman books you're holding. Those books are
Oh, both of
expensive
these.
because
Just the
the
cover.
cover.
They are sick, man.
So at what age did you start collecting comics or reading comics and then you just ended up with a collection?
Yeah. So I want to say I was in kindergarten. So my first
Wow.
comic book was Street Sharks for all those '90s kids out there.
Street Sharks.
Hell yeah,
dude.
man! Street Sharks.
That's so epic.
And so, of course, like growing up in the '90s too, we grew up with fantastic animated shows. We had the Spider-Man show, the X-Men show, the Batman show. So like
Biker Mice
that's
from Mars.
yeah, man. That's like where like my love for these characters really
gold.
started. So, and
Oh,
then,
yeah, the Batman anime there.
yeah, the Batman animated show with Kevin Conroy and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. That's my
Me
jam.
and my brothers were all over that.
And so we used to just I don't know. That's how my love for the characters came about.
So at a
and
very young age, you started with the comics. Yeah.
Batman everything. Batman everything. Spider-Man everything.
Yeah.
Me and Ryan, who you had a guest on here, my
Yeah.
brother, we
Ryan
used
V.
to
What's up?
we used to fight all the time. Who's Batman? Of course, Ryan was always Batman because he was the older guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then you learned karate.
And then I learned karate. I grew up, and I was like, now I'm Batman.
That's right, baby.
But no, it just started at a really young age, and in high school, I got really into it again, like actually buying the comic books myself. I used to like skip lunch so I could save my lunch money to go to the comic book store and buy comics.
So cool, man.
And then of course my parents were like, "Well,
You need to eat.
yeah, no, they were more Portuguese. They're like, you need to get a job,
There you go.
and we're not paying for karate anymore." So
They're more poor.
Fair enough.
And so that's so then I stopped buying comic books, and then once I got my job where I'm at now,
You were a kid with money.
I was a kid with money. I found out there's a comic book store right down the road, and I was like, "Oh, we're doomed. That's it." We're
You're
doomed.
like, is there somewhere I can cash my check in between work and the comic book store?
Yep.
But yeah, I actually brought a lot of books, but some.
Do you know how many total you have?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No,
You
but
don't even want to go there.
But
huh?
to say that I've been collecting seriously, like that's why I call it seriously collecting
yeah.
for about 10 years. I don't have a lot. So like if I buy a book and I read it and I don't really necessarily care for it, I'll just get rid
You'll
of
just
it.
turn it around.
Yeah, I'll sell it or whatever. So I don't keep everything that I buy because I just don't have the room for it. I have all my comic books in my man closet. I don't have a man room, man closet.
And closet.
I love it.
But here's another cool one. This is the first appearance. This first Silver Age appearance of Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by Silver Age?
Yeah. So comic books are just kind of categorized by the year of where they're made. So Scarecrow hadn't made appearance since the Golden Age, which is like the 40s. And so it's kind of a big deal to see him again. So, of course, that book goes for an astronomical amount of money. This one kind of does still, it's affordable, but it's much, much cheaper than, of course, the very first appearance.
So cool. I love the little holy cliffhanger. The Caped Crusader in the grip of the one villain he is compelled to fear.
Whoa.
And
of course, we were talking about how much we love symbiote Spider-Man and how much we love Venom.
There it is.
Here's a Marvel Secret Wars #8. This is the origin story of how Spider-Man gets the symbiote suit. And so I got to meet the artist of the comic book, and I asked him for a Venom sketch.
A Venom sketch?
Yeah, there's a Venom sketch on that.
And you're also a big Spawn guy.
Yes, I actually brought a Spawn book for you.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane, just so you can see. Yeah, big
I
Todd
remember
McFarlane.
when Spawn came out. I have a bunch of them.
Really?
I have a few of the. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're not in
Nice cases.
Nice cases like this, which sucks. Unfortunately, they're in a comic bag, but
So he signed and did this little
duo
for you.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, man.
See, my thing is when I see them in this great condition, in this way,
They don't mess around.
it makes me embarrassed. And and this is, it makes me embarrassed for myself. Before they were just there, like loose.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother bagged them all for me.
You mean that cardboard box
That
of
cardboard
paper?
box full of stuff. Yeah, then my brother bagged those
I
for
think
me.
I saw a cockroach crawl out.
Yeah. So it's
Through
like,
a few floods.
which is very appreciated that they're even in bags. And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to dog on my
They
brother
are
at all.
no,
but,
they are nicely organized.
but they were
I have to
organized
say.
and they're wrapped and they're
Yeah,
in
they are.
bags. But this is like,
Yeah, I don't mess around.
This is
so
a whole nother
even
level of-
these bags that the books are in. These are called Mylar bags. These are supposed to like help prevent like get bugs in them, dust. It slows down.
yeah, I have there's the bag, not the.
Yeah. And that's a top loader. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so these like are supposed to help like regulate humidity and such and temperature and
Yeah.
I go full out, man.
And
Well, I guess I would too if they were signed and
Right.
you know,
How can you not?
Yeah.
It's in a different level case because
Yeah.
it's on a different level. You'd be kind of crazy to just keep that loose,
Yeah,
kicking around
absolutely.
somewhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I watched one of your videos one time, and you were talking about cleaning and pressing, and like there's a whole
Oh yeah, that's a whole science.
whole thing for you, huh?
And like I would love to do that, but I'm just so anxious. Like,
So they do it like page by page, like
no. They don't go page by page. No.
oh, they
so,
just comic. Is,
yeah, so they pretty much take the book, okay, and they put cardboard, like so the backboards that you see here. They
Yep.
put that in the back of the front cover, in the back of the bottom cover. They'll put a sheet of, I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called, but it's helps
like a heat
pad, something
yeah.
like I
Fair
don't know,
enough,
something like that. And then they just press it. Okay, they'll have it at a certain temperature, which I don't know. They don't disclose their secrets.
Yeah.
At a certain temperature for a certain time, and then they will shut off the heat press and they will leave it overnight.
Wow.
Yeah. So like,
It's no joke.
yeah, no,
No
it's,
joke, man.
It's a serious.
Well, because because you had like a graded comic,
yeah,
and then you were cracking it open,
yes,
and
yeah. So
now why, if it's already graded, already
good question. Yeah,
done deal, why?
good question. Yeah. So, I wanted to buy that book raw.
Oh, okay.
Which this is what this means, raw, that they're not graded.
Ungraded.
Yeah, right. So the prices on eBay were all over the place for them. And so I actually saw that a graded one for a grade that I actually knew, so I knew what condition I was going to get that book, was actually cheaper than buying it raw and not knowing.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why I did that. And so that book also showed some signs of pressable defects. So
Oh, okay. So,
So-
you can almost make it better if you do crack it open.
Right.
You can push it to the next.
right, and it's
step.
not considered restoration.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
for the people that don't know, what does graded mean?
Yeah, so that's a perfect segue. So I got some graded books here, and
You're
yeah,
good
let's
at
start,
segues,
let's
man.
start with
Yeah.
this one because I brought this one first, so Jared could see.
Oh, god damn.
So this
Look
is
at
a
that
graded
shit.
comic book. So this is graded by CGC. CGC is a third graded party where you send in your book. Okay, they evaluate it. They look at it, and so they determine a grade. This one happens to be in a 9.8. It's a near mint plus condition. The highest grade you can get is a 10, but it's very, very, very rare. It's like seeing a unicorn. It hardly ever happens, but it does happen.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. Yeah,
and
I've held a few in my hand, and this one is signed by Todd McFarlane, which we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Big Todd McFarlane fans. So. That's what a graded comic book is. There's other companies. There's CBCS, but CGC is the top leader in.
So they go just by the condition that it's in.
Yep.
And they give it a grade.
Yep. So they even don't also just give an overall grade of the comic book. They tell you if the book has white pages and such. There's a QR code, and there's an identification number. You can go on their website. They can they'll tell you certain graders notes, like, you know, if that wasn't a 9.8 for instance, you know, they will disclose like, there's a color break tick next to the staple, which will determine the grade and such. Yeah.
So it's like fine tooth comb. They've
yeah.
gone over the whole entire.
Yeah.
Every page.
That's gorgeous. Look at that cover art, man.
There's something called there's a very weird thing, because again, when a consumer is buying the graded comic, you know, you're not going to see the inside of the comic, which is kind of a bummer. So we trust these people to give us good grades and to let us know. So there's a weird thing with comic books when they come off the press. Sometimes there's this phenomena which is called Siamese pages, and that's when the pages are stuck together. And there's all sorts of weird things, you know. There's yeah.
Isn't that sexy as fuck? Dang.
With the metallic silver.
Yeah, man. And the red with the pops of green. Oh,
I'm a sucker for metallic signed comic books. So
it is a nice touch.
Yeah,
nice touch.
I like the metallic.
Very
signatures.
legit touch.
It's my favorite. So again, kind of more of a segue into the graded comic books. I'll show you one of my favorite comic books, and this is a Hulk 181, and this is the first appearance of Wolverine in comic books.
Awesome.
Yes.
As a whole.
Ever. First appearance of Wolverine. Wow. And so now you're noticing that this has a different label than this one. So yellow labels are mean that it's signed. This is green. This means it's a qualified grade. And what that means is CGC has done their job. They looked through the comic book and they noticed that there was something missing in the comic book, which means now this book is considered incomplete. Okay. So this comic book comes with a Marvel value stamp, okay, which was big for the time. And what people would do is they would cut out these Marvel value stamps, and once you collected them all, you would send them to Marvel, and Marvel would kind of give you like a discount on your subscription.
This guy right here, I'd be cutting that shit out so quick.
So the Marvel value stamp is missing from this comic book. It is considered incomplete, but it doesn't affect the story, which is good.
Okay.
But if this stamp was not missing, I would not be able to afford this book.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
This is crazy.
That's so cool. I'm like, that's awesome that you can't afford it.
Man. Wolverine looked
so cool.
stupid back then.
Yes, he does, with the whiskers. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's the first drawing. The first drawing of them.
He needed a major makeover.
Yeah, and he got
it. He kept the suit though.
He got the makeover, I feel.
Yeah,
he got better over time.
Yeah.
The suit stayed relatively the same. It looks like
somewhat, but he's got
a lot of his head stuff. Yeah.
You can't be a tough guy with whiskers. So.
Well,
wait, he's Canadian?
Yes, Wolverine is Canadian.
I'm dying to know how you know that right now.
It's like Canadian superhero.
Yeah, okay. Over there. The world's first and greatest Canadian superhero. Wow, he does.
The Canadians were like, "What the fuck, man? Why don't we have any cool superheroes?"
No, I want to know what all that's about.
It's gonna be. It's hard to.
Yeah, the lights.
not get so light on
they
there.
got
See
it.
how
You
ridiculous
got
he is,
it, you
everybody?
got it.
So it's tradition for me to buy a comic book every year for my birthday, and that was my 28th birthday present to myself.
Cool.
Very nice.
Someone had it for sale locally in Dartmouth.
Wow. Yeah.
And it
Graded
it was graded
it
already.
was already done. Yeah.
And I was like, it was super cheap for the time, and I was like, I have to get it.
Yeah.
And
Now, have you
Yeah, what year is this from? Does it?
1974, 72. It should say up top next to the
Oh, 74, yep.
74. Bam! Yeah.
killing it, man? That's why we brought
I
him
know
on.
comic book
That's
shit.
right, baby. So,
That's really
did
cool.
you ever have like a went to the flea market, someone didn't know what the fuck they had, and you were like, taking this?
Yeah.
This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
I just won completely.
Yeah.
Did you ever have
Very
one of those
close.
crazy moments?
Very close.
Very close.
So one time I was at the flea market and I found the first appearance of Cable, which is known for like the X Factor with Deadpool and such.
Yeah, he's got the one eye, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah. He's like
laser
he's
eye or
kind of
whatever.
cybernetic. So it was in a dollar bin, and I was like, "Oh, absolutely, I'm gonna buy this, right?" And so I wasn't interested in anything else, so I kind of like put other stuff in it because I'm already winning.
Yeah.
And so I brought it to the guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, no, this is not a dollar book." I'm like, "But it was in the dollar bin." He's like,
Sir,
like,
this is false advertisement.
And
You
then-
have to sell it to me for $1.
and then he didn't even come close to like fair market value. He like
Really?
had like an astronomical price. I was like, you can put it back.
Dang.
Oh, no, this wasn't $1. So that was supposed to be $750.
Yeah, like how'd you fuck that up?
Yeah, it's like not even close. Like, what do
What
you
his
mean?
kid put it in the dollar bucket? I don't understand.
So
This is exciting.
This is.
I'm glad you
exciting.
guys are excited because
This
I'm
is super
excited too.
exciting. Yeah,
So we got a couple more. So this is the last Grail that I've purchased. This was the most expensive comic book that I have purchased. This is a giant size X-Men #1. Okay, and this features the first appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, and Wolverine joins the team. This is the third full appearance of Wolverine.
And Wolverine doesn't look so dorky.
And Wolverine looks a little bit better.
He looks a little more like himself.
He has a bit of a makeover.
Dang, man. Nightcrawler's my favorite X-Men.
Nightcrawler is cool,
100%
man.
my favorite.
He is
Yeah.
super, super cool.
So why is it called giant size? What does that mean?
So it's a thicker issue. It's got more pages in it.
68 big pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's epic, man.
So it's a 7.5, which means it's a very fine copy.
Nice.
Dang.
So anything in the 9s is considered, in the near mint range.
So what birthday was this one?
That was actually not a birthday. I was
Oh.
like, I have the money. It's getting
You're
more and
just
more
going
expensive.
for it.
I have to get it now
Very nice.
before it gets any more expensive.
Cool.
Now, a little birdie told me to ask you,
Yeah.
how many issues of Spider-Man 300?
Ooh. Who told? I know this birdie.
How many, Kevin?
Well, so do you know what issue that is?
I do not. I don't.
Okay,
I
so Amazing Spider-Man number
Is that where he's
300.
like, he's got the web?
So it's the one with the 300s all over it, but it's the first appearance of Venom.
Oh.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
that's why it's
so, I mean,
that's why it's a...
We're talking about it, so I might as well just.
Oh, you have it here.
I have one.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
one of them. So this is an Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Like you just
That's
said.
the one.
This is,
Okay. That makes sense to me now.
This is the first appearance of Venom. Okay, a Todd McFarlane cover, and it's signed by Stan Lee, signed by Todd McFarlane, signed by the writer, and also quoted by the writer.
Oh my god.
He
dude.
put "We are Venom" on it, which is his famous line. I didn't ask for that. The people who facilitated the signatures knew I was a huge fan, and they were like,
And
"Can
they were
you
like,
please
hook
do
him
this?"
up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to answer that question, how many copies I have of Amazing Spider-Man 300, the answer is 8. I have 8 copies.
You have 8?
All graded?
No.
Is
I
this
have
the
2
only
graded.
graded signed.
2, he said.
This is the only one that is signed, but I have another one graded in a 9.4 as well.
I'm nervous holding this one.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Is this the most valuable one you own?
No,
Or here anyway?
This is the most valuable one.
Oh, that one is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to throw the price out there?
I paid $3,300 for
it. You're a monster.
So is that what it's worth now, or
it has gone down a little bit?
It's gone down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but not by much. Not by much.
That's unfortunately Donald Trump is in that one. So they were like, any comic that features a young Trump,
Ooh.
we're gonna degrade.
So first appearance of Venom.
Yes, Todd McFarlane.
And first symbiote.
No,
Spider-Man?
No. So this is the origin story of how Spider-Man gets the black suit. The first appearance is actually in Amazing Spider-Man number 252. It's actually a cover swipe of the first time Spider-Man appears in comic books. He's kind of like holding the guy. I don't know if you can.
Yeah,
picture.
that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
So that's the first appearance of symbiote Spidey.
So that came first, and then Venom came.
Yes. So what happened at Marvel, right? So Spidey had the symbiote suit, okay, and they were going to make it his costume forever. They were going to throw away the red and blue one.
Really?
And it upset fans so much that Marvel was getting death threats. One person even sent a fan letter saying that they were going to kill themselves if they don't change it back. So people at Marvel were saying this suit is making us so much money, we can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So they decided for him to get rid of it to put on the blue suit, but then they decided to give it to a villain, which was Venom.
So they just kind of like needed a story to add to
it,
so that he can like.
They're like, we can't get rid of this. This is making us too much money.
So he can like kind of bounce back and forth. Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, I'll throw around prices. I don't really care because
That's awesome.
I'm kind of proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
That's
honestly,
right.
man.
We're not live and we're not in a bad neighborhood, so you're all set.
Yeah, and
exactly.
nobody knows where
You'll
I
be
live,
long gone by the time this
except for
comes
Jared
out.
and my brother.
I'll never tell.
Like my friends used to think I was absolutely crazy for having 8 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 300, which I will say, that is kind of crazy.
No, sir.
It
That's called investing.
It's investing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a book that I wanted so bad in high school, and I was like, at the time, I was like, I'm not paying $100 for a comic book. That's ridiculous.
Now you're like, please. $100.
And then I had that money from my job. I was like, I gotta pick them up. So the ASM 300 that I just had, okay, when I bought it, it was just signed by Stan Lee, and it was graded at a 9.0. It wasn't a 9.4 before. I bought that for $275. Okay,
Wow.
and then I got it pressed and cleaned. Came back at 9.4. I was like dancing that day.
Yeah.
And then I got the rest of the signatures. And do you guys want to take a guess on how much this comic book is worth?
So it was, you paid $275 for it.
I paid $275,
and that was with Stanley's signature
and a 9.0.
Does it cost money to press and all that stuff?
Yes.
So does that put you above the 2?
I'm trying to follow the storyline.
Yeah,
and then you had it signed
twice.
Again.
Twice, yep.
And then it was a 9.4.
Correct. Yep.
I don't know. I'm going to say
it was higher when Venom was more popular with the movies. It has dropped a bit.
I'm going to say $2,000.
You think the book is worth $2,000 right now? It's like Price is Right.
Yeah. He's going to say 2001.
No, I'm going to like 2,800.
Yeah, you win. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Give me some, baby.
Yeah, it's around about that right now, yeah.
Wow.
On the way here, Jared's like, how much is that worth?
How much are all your comics, just in case?
Hey, you know that one we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that one, right? How much is it?
Make
I want to win.
Big brained.
I want to win the Price is Right.
No, of course we talked about Street Fighter almost the whole ride.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
the odd Price is Right.
I was begging him to teach me things. I was like, please, Kevin, don't leave me behind.
I will.
You will. Yeah.
But just because I don't want you guys to like be like too like bored about comic books, but
not at all, man. This is super exciting.
The last few I have, again, being a huge Todd McFarlane fan, this is another one of those books that's like really expensive just by its cover. It's only key for its cover. So this is the first time Todd McFarlane draws Batman, and it's also the last time he draws Batman.
The last time he draws Batman. That's badass, dude. That is killer, man. Cool. That's like, I think that's why I like Todd McFarlane so much, because he just has that dark vibe to him.
Yeah.
That, like, he likes to toy around with that kind of feel.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
I think that's why I gravitate through, like, with Todd McFarlane because he essentially likes the things that I like. Anything that's scary, big eyes, teeth, and draws everything dark and scary.
For sure. Gorgeous, man. Gorgeous.
And just the last one I have.
It's a piece of art. It's
again,
artwork.
It is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
People go out and buy paintings. You go out and buy comics.
I buy comic books, man, and I love everything about them.
That's it.
So the last one we were talking about me being a fan of Swamp Thing, and of course when I became a fan, I had to get his first appearance because now I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And so now we have the first appearance of Swamp Thing, which is the House of Secrets number 92.
That's so cool, man.
And it's graded.
Of course, yeah.
Let me carefully hand this one back to you. Thank you, sir.
I got a lap of books.
Yeah.
No escape.
It's a good way to be. Just a lap full of.
See, now I like this one because it's
expensive
kind of got
comic
like a color pencil-ish
Yeah.
texture to it.
So the funny, the little trivia thing, the woman who was featured on the comic book is actually the wife of the writer of the comic book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so
epic.
The artist used a picture of her as reference.
Cool.
And she probably didn't make a dime. Poor thing.
No, she's rich in comic
Oh,
books.
okay.
She's actually in the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, that does have a different vibe to it. A different.
He was just like, "Hey,
drawing
babe, hold
style.
still real quick." All right, thanks.
Try to hold it up closer so you guys can see the artwork a little.
There you go. You got it.
Get swampy in there.
And of course, being so anal, I mean, the book is graded. There's a nice bag for the case too. So the case
I know,
doesn't-
man. You don't mess around. He's like, "Cool, it's graded in a hard case. Now let me bag up the hard case. Make sure
It's true.
it doesn't
It's
get
true.
scratched." That's awesome. 15 cents, man. That's all you had to pay back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, how much is this one worth? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, so that one has gone up a lot. So I have like a story with every book that I bought. So when the president was throwing away stimmy checks, and I necessarily didn't need the money at the moment, so I was like, let's buy a comic book.
Thank God for COVID.
This cost me a stimmy check.
Nice.
Fair enough. I totally understand that.
With a wife.
All right.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for bringing all those. That's
Yeah,
super
man.
cool.
Yeah,
I know how
this-
much they mean to you.
Yeah.
And to travel with them is probably, I would get nervous. I know I would.
I trust myself, so
Yeah,
I mean,
you-
so like
I mean, look at the bag he brought
the
him.
bag
in.
is perfect. This is my game controller bag, and
That's
I was
like
like,
a-
it's
Alright.
got the padding in it. I was
like a
like, this is
vault.
I
perfect.
thought it was a special comic book bag, honestly.
No.
Yeah, no,
I was
that's
like, wow,
that's
look
the
at the
fighting game bags. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like, oh, look at the bag and
fight
everything.
stick bag.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, I was happy to bust out the vault for the
Nice.
today's show.
Yeah,
It's,
cool.
it's a special occasion today.
It is. It really is.
Nice.
We love comics. We love heroes. Who doesn't? I mean, how
I
can
don't
you
know.
not? You all grew up with it. Everyone touches it at some time. You know.
Yeah.
It's
touches
just such a
it.
nice motto. Like, you know, you get kicked down and you get up and you fight. You
That's it,
continue
man.
the fight.
Conquer the
Yes,
shit.
that's right.
Conquer the world. That's awesome.
So, do you guys think it's odd question time?
I think it is.
I think it's odd question.
that was
time.
fantastic, man. That was.
That was
super
great.
cool. Super
Thank you
cool.
very much for bringing
Thank
those in.
Yep.
It's like show and tell. Thanks for bringing those in, Kevin.
Did a great job, Kevin.
Now here comes the test.
Oh boy.
Now's the test,
I never
children.
did good at tests.
Yeah, quiet down, children. Quiet down.
Odd question time, baby.
It's odd question time. Jared?
Are you ready for this, Kevin?
I don't know.
I don't think you are. Are you ready for this?
The way you
I'm good, man.
Jared, are you ready?
Yes. Oh yes.
All right. Here we go.
I'm wearing
It
a hat.
says, would you rather be poor and homeless but have one single superpower, or be filthy rich and have no powers at all?
Oh my god.
One of my favorite podcasts. Keep up the great work, from Vanessa. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Vanessa, for
Vanessa.
sending this in. We got 3 answers to send back to her. Be as mean as possible, okay? You got thanks for the tip, haha, thanks, or thank you, that means a lot. Wow, they did.
None of them are mean
I feel
at
like,
all.
I feel like every time we get a guest on the show,
Yeah.
it's like these nice, simple
So wait, I
replies.
have to answer the question.
Yeah, you got to
with-
pick one of those.
Yeah.
one more time.
Just for a reply email.
All right. Thanks for the tip.
Okay.
Second one is haha, thanks. And the third one is thank you, that means a lot.
Or you can write something really mean if you want to.
That's true. We can custom it. We can do it.
I'm
full
gonna go
custom.
with
You can tell her to go fuck herself, whatever you want.
But I don't know who
Get
Vanessa.
fucked, whatever
She
you
might
want.
be a nice lady.
We don't really
She
know
probably
who
is a
Vanessa
nice-
either.
she
Well, I
probably is a
can't
nice
assume
lady.
she's a lady. So
That's true too. You
It's
can't
true.
assume.
Vanessa could be anything.
Yeah.
They are probably a nice person.
yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you for the tip. How's that?
Thank you for the tip.
I
All
don't know
right,
how that
cool.
happened. How do I go back?
He was ready to type something out.
I
dude.
was like, it's gonna.
I don't
good.
know what to say
I'll
to
just
that.
put thanks for the tip.
Thanks for the tip. Got it. All right, who's kicking it off? Who's going first? Can we change the lights for odd question time? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can we go with what do you
Yeah,
like?
I like that.
You like
that?
that?
Yeah. Wow.
Alright.
Just
Nice.
randomly hit a
Yeah.
button. I like that.
It's Victrix Purple, baby.
Ooh, you're
Yeah.
so right, dude.
Yeah.
cool.
Man.
Well, it looks.
Karate
When you look
Kevin,
at it this
67.
way, it doesn't look very like the lights
It
themselves.
looks more blue, right?
Don't look purple.
And then you look on the
at,
cameras, you're like,
you
wow.
look at the camera and
that's
you're like,
violet.
wow, that's like violent.
All right. It's only fair though.
All right, I'll start.
You're the
I'll
you're the
start it
main
off.
G.
I'll
You're the homie. You got to kick it off.
All right. So would I rather be poor and homeless but have one
You
superpower,
got a superpower.
or be filthy rich and so be Batman, or be
You could go that direction with it. If
yeah?
you
I mean,
wanted
if you were
to.
filthy rich and
You
have no
just
powers
make
at
your
all,
own powers.
you're basically either Iron Man, Batman, whatever other
Yeah.
rich guy that
That's
Iron
true.
Fist.
That's true.
has the
Well,
money
no, he's got superpowers.
has
Yeah,
the
yeah.
money to create his own powers.
Punisher has no powers, correct?
Punisher has no powers.
He has no powers. He's
He's
just fucking nuts.
gun wielding. gun.
And he hates injustice.
Okay.
And he doesn't give a shit who is the one being unjust.
You know what? Can I go back and change? I want to reply now.
All right. Yeah. Let's do
And
it. Yeah.
so I was caught off
You're gonna
guard.
tell her to get fucked?
No.
Oh.
Oh, maybe. I was caught off guard. Okay.
By
I
having
am
to
new
reply.
here. Yeah, I am new here. I don't know how things work.
This is my first day.
Yes, thank you. This is my first day. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay?
All right. Go ahead. Yeah, we can
You
do
want me to
that.
reply?
Yeah, let's
And
reply. Yep.
I'm just gonna go with what Michael Keaton says. I'm Batman.
Perfect.
Huh?
Perfect, dude.
Thank
You're
you.
golden. You're a golden child.
I missed the opportunity.
I'm Batman.
And you know
I'm
what?
Batman.
After this, if I went back home, I would not sleep tonight, not knowing I answered that way.
I'm Batman.
Hmm.
Okay.
So for fun, I think I'm going to say I'd rather be poor and homeless, but have one superpower.
And you know I have to ask.
What's the superpower? Yeah.
I think I'd want the superpower of invisibility.
Invisibility.
I think that'd be cool because you could be homeless and smelly.
And no,
No
one
one
would know.
And you'd just be like a homeless,
be
smelly
sitting there
guy.
and
And
you're
you're like, people are like, what the fuck's that smell? And you just like take a shit in the corner. You're on the train, you poop,
That's it,
and
baby.
whatever, and you just go
No
invisible.
care in the world.
And
But
you
you're.
just
Or you're like, you know what I really need?
But
Booze.
But is your poop going to be invisible?
Probably not. But I mean, I'm poor and homeless, so I'm gonna need booze, and I'm gonna need other homeless people things. So you just go invisible and go like rob a store, go take just enough money for a sandwich,
I love
go
it.
steal a hot dog cart. You know, and you're like,
That's it, man. Imagine sitting there and you just see a poop appear on the floor. You're like, huh?
what the? and then you're all invisible. You like scurry away in some
Yeah.
alleyway, giggling.
Yeah.
You're like missing teeth and shit.
All right.
All right,
Do you
Jared.
mind going last?
I don't
Is that
care.
all right with you?
Yeah, well,
I'm cool.
You'll,
We
you'll
gotta
be
pass.
you'll be the finisher.
Yeah.
We're gonna pass to the left.
All right, here we go.
Jared, you're up.
What I'm gonna go with here.
Jared, what are you gonna go with?
I am gonna be.
What are you gonna be?
that villain that's filthy rich with no powers, and he uses all his money to kill all the poor and homeless people who do have superpowers. Okay?
That was dark. That was so
Wouldn't
dark.
expect anything.
Is that
less.
like a Lex Luthor? Can you call me Lex Luthor?
Wow.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. That's it.
Damn.
So you went with
That's it, baby.
be a villain. A
I'll-
villain.
of course, I'm a-
villain.
I've been Yeah, I'll grow that out. I've been villains since I was a kid, without a doubt. I've always been villains, always.
Okay.
And my older brother Ryan's always been the hero, so we've always clashed.
You guys
know?
both have an older brother named Ryan.
We
my,
do.
My older brother's
do.
named Brian.
Brian with a B.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more classy.
Yeah, but-
Brian.
How does he spell it though?
It's an I. There's no Y. No,
Oh,
you're right.
he's the eye.
Yeah, he's
The
the
eye.
eye.
Yeah.
So if you mess up, it says brain.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean that's my shit. I would have all the money and I would just have my team of suicide squads.
That was crazy.
So would you?
And y'all are homeless. So
would you employ the homeless
it wouldn't
that
be
have
hard.
powers to be in the Suicide Squad?
Or better yet, I would capture these homeless people with powers, and I would find a way to drain all their powers and apply it to myself.
Jesus Christ!
And I'll be the ultimate.
Jesus.
I will be the ultimate superhero with all the homeless powers I can afford.
Wow is right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. You got something to say about it?
Fine. I don't.
God damn.
I go invisible and I just
Jeez.
disappear.
Poop.
Yeah, just you're like, hey,
Poop in the corner.
I go invisible. You guys are like, where'd he go? There's just a pile of poop.
Yeah. All right, Karate Kevin.
All right. Well, I guess since I said I'm Batman and I'm going to go against your evil plans. I'm gonna go and be rich with no superpowers, and I'm gonna build all of the homeless people some homes.
Wow.
What a guy.
All right.
Wow.
What
Super
a
nice.
guy.
Wow.
He is the
So
one I'm after.
Karate values.
He's everything I am
your
against.
Arch nemesis.
I have to get him first.
Definitely the arch nemesis of each other.
So the homeless
need homes
people
too.
with the powers, or just all homeless people in general?
I'm sorry. Say again.
So you would give home. You would give homes to all the homeless people,
Yeah.
or only specifically the ones that have powers.
No, all the homeless people. I mean, they all fall in the category.
All
So
of them.
all
Jared,
homeless.
this is what what he's doing now is being genuinely nice.
Oh.
he's just,
Fair enough.
I'm
showing
being like
his-
Oprah. You're gonna get a home. You're gonna get a home. You all get homes.
he's going to show, he's just showing his personality
Oh.
and he's being nice.
Oh, is that what that's like?
Yes.
Oh man. Well, that's very nice of you, Kevin.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
If you were homeless,
But I'm coming after you first, and we'll probably take you out. So, because I don't need to fight you, I just can.
oh, you're just gonna take my comic books.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's
what an
fun.
episode, sir.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. I think that's all we have
That's
time for.
Ready
That's
to wrap
all.
it up?
I think we're ready to wrap it up. I want to say thank you to Kevin. Kevin, you have
Yes,
anything
thank
you
so
want to
much
like
for coming on?
promote, like YouTube and all your things, or
Instagram.
Instagram? If you want people to follow you.
Yeah, if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, KarateKevin67. I don't do YouTube anymore, so I don't even bother giving that out. So
But you have been posting some comic stuff on your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
You've been throwing stuff out there.
yeah, so my Instagram is whatever Kevin likes. It's not just
That's it.
one thing.
It's
you know what
just
I mean?
all
Cool.
Kevin. Everything
just-
Kevin, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah,
Go give him a
Nice.
follow.
exactly. Thank
There
you.
you go.
And then
Cool.
subscribe to this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. Jared, do you have
Yes.
anything nice to say?
I will.
Or
you
mean to
know,
say?
Yeah.
I'll counter what I said before, and just never give up. Go after your powers. Go after. You might not have superpowers, but there are powers that exist in this world if you are smart enough and nice enough and good enough.
Yeah.
Take it as you will.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
go after what you want. Do the things you want to
That's
do.
right.
If you want to poop on a train, you don't need to be
That's right,
invisible.
man.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay. So I'm going to say some words now that are written on this page.
Go for it.
No teleprompter here?
You know what's? Yeah, I know, right?
I want
We're
my
working-
money back.
We're working on it. We're
Budget. Get my money back.
It's already gone. Deal with it.
That's why I spent all your money on this paper.
That's right.
So thank you for listening to the show today. You can support the show by clicking on the link in the description of the show.
Yeah.
My dog barked.
You love
Check out all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, for some reason, TikTok. Join Jared's Discord.
it. Yeah.
Go find the Reddit and answer the questions that are on the Reddit and give us different questions. Check out oddpeoplepodcast.com for all your podcast needs. Follow the Redbubble link to buy merchandise. Thank you for listening to the show today. Stay creative, stay inspired, and as always, stay pooping on the train.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.